Welcome to the 2024 Shot Clock Shootout from the Memorial Fieldhouse in Canton, Ohio, as we will have Olentangy and Stow going at it here in game number 4 on this Sunday, as we are down to the final games in this Shot Clock Shootout. Adam Mendoza along with Dave Bacon here. Dave, boy, we've seen a lot of great basketball throughout this whole weekend. We are in game 14 of 15.
And both on the girls and the boys side of things, and it'll be interesting to see. You have Stow, kind of a veteran coach. You have Olentangy, off to a pretty good start with a first-year head coach.
Well, Olentangy having a little bit of a change this year, change of personality. They lost their top player, who was a freshman. She transferred to Big Walnut. So their coach left, went to go see his daughters play college basketball. Then you had your top freshman get up and go. Sydney Mobley, who's one of the top players in the state of Ohio, she goes to Big Walnut, but you still have Whitney Stafford, who's back from that last year's team, who averaged 17 points a game.
Calming senior presence, somebody you can go to and kind of build your offense around. I haven't seen Stow's girls play this year, but I know what Bob Podges does. His teams will be well coached, they'll be fundamentally sound, and they will take care of the basketball.
He's been there quite a long time. And coming up after this game, we will have the Stow's boys team going up against Lakewood. And when you look at Stow basketball and continuity, they have a lot of it between the two coaches.
Yeah, and there's a good look at Bob Podges. And his philosophy doesn't change. We're going to play really good defense, and our offense will come as a result of that defense.
Podges in his 25th year at Stow. And we are underway. Stow in the home white uniforms. Olentangy in the dark black uniforms to start this game here. And Olentangy coming out, pressuring in man-to-man defense. Inside the paint, they'll work it to the outside. But good defensive recovery there by the Braves. Stow will set up the offense once again as the clock now down under 10 seconds. Shot clock down to 6, down to 4, down to 3. They get the shot off. 1 shot clock violation on the opening possession. We have not seen that at all throughout these 3 days.
And the pressure kind of threw them off kilter, and they didn't have an awareness of where that clock was.
Something you have to get used to. We've only seen, I'd say, maybe 2 handfuls of 30-second shot violations in the 14 games that we've had, but none on a first possession. Now Stow getting the turnover and getting their second possession of the game.
And you're seeing what I meant by the fundamentals. Playing defense with your feet, getting your hands in the passing lane, and creating turnovers.
Stow trying to work it. Good defense there by the Braves of Olentangy out of the Columbus area. On the drive that time was Dodds, Cadence Dodds, but she'll get called for the walk.
Yeah, just trying to play a tad too fast. A good look at the head coach for Olentangy.
Clark Ransom from Marysville in his first year at Olentangy. 3-time Coach of the Year at Marysville. So he comes with big credentials to a very good program down in the Columbus area, as that shot is missed. And girls basketball down in the Columbus area. Lots of great talent and teams. Stow now with the basketball.
They've been trying to set someone up on the low block. There's the turnover, though.
That's Whitney Stafford driving in. She'll float it away, doesn't get it to fall. Still no score. We've played just under 2 minutes in this game. Our first possession of the game by Stow ended in a 35-second shot clock violation. I think the girls are going to settle down a little bit. Good interior pass that time to Dodds, but she got fouled.
It was pretty good defense by Thrapp as well, because she didn't allow the entry pass to come into the front side of it. She had to alter it and go behind.
There you see Coach Bob Podges, 437 wins in his career. And that's a distinctive number for being that long at Stow, 25 years.
Thanks, guys. We're good.
Kennedy Dodds picking up the first free throw and the second.
Well, you don't have to be a math major to figure out he averages right around 20 wins a season.
Which
it's pretty good.
Will keep your job going for.
That's how you end up being someplace for 25 years.
and that's stability.
Yep.
That's stability in the program in a world now of athletics that there is no stability.
Turnover again.
Here comes Stow. That is Kennedy Dodds, the 6-foot junior, laying it off on that left side. They work it over to Maya Cooper. Dodds again from the outside. Good drive, kick out. Nobody there in between her two teammates.
Just some miscommunication going on early. You're trying to find open spots, and they're struggling to get to the spots they want to.
Coach Poja says this team is going to be in a dogfight every game that they play in the very tough Suburban League.
Some aggressive double teaming.
Yeah. On the drive, kicking it out. Almost a steal there. Good defensive pressure there by Maya Cooper, the junior.
Hands in the passing lane, kind of closing out and moving up to disrupt the passing lane. So right here, hands up, close the passing lane out. Hands are down, that gets by her.
Kicking it on the outside as they work it into the baseline corner. Good drive, kick out, 3-ball. That one's nailed by Riley Thrapp, the 5'9" freshman.
Closeout was a little late getting there.
3-2 our score. 1-3 to a 2. That one almost jammed into the side of the rim, and here come the Braves of Olentangy. What a move right there by Stafford, and got fouled underneath on the drive by Adriana Ticknell.
So here's a good look at the open step back 3, knocked down. Just a good job of creating some space. She backed up, defender thought she could close out, and the defender was late closing out.
Stafford at the line, hitting her first free throw for her first point. Last year, she averaged 17 points and just about 6 rebounds a game. Hits the second. Checking into the ball game, number 24, Kate Mosier, comes in last year averaging 6.5 points a game. As Stafford takes a quick breather. Full court pressure. Dodds lost the handle, picks it back up. Trying to settle down on the offensive side. Ticknell, left of the lane. Good patience there by Stow. Working it over to Young on the drive on the baseline. Too much on that one. Here comes Olentangy.
Doing a nice job getting out in transition, not allowing that defense to get set.
There's a 3-ball that is off the mark, and Stowe will get the basketball once again. So
Stow's off, they haven't been able, they're playing, what they're doing is they're aggressively coming out on the ball, and Stowe hasn't been able to get around that to get to the second pass that will get open shots.
Down to 4 minutes in this opening quarter. Nice drive, kick out, 3-ball. Off the rim.
Good look at the 3. Open shot, just didn't knock it down.
These ladies will get used to the surroundings. Takes them a couple of minutes. There's a good drive right there by Thrapp. Kicking it to the outside. That one was missed by Alexander. And the ball will stay and go to the Stowe Bulldogs, the Lady Bulldogs. Five to 2 our score as Olentangy with the early lead with 3:39 to go as both teams making substitutions.
Trying to get everybody used to the big surroundings.
Olentangy back on offense. Clad in black. There's a 3 on the wing. That is nailed by Karina Agarwal, the sophomore.
Wide open 3. Need to close out on her.
8 to 2 our score as Olentangy. You look at the intensity of the ladies on defense when that ball comes down.
They've been trying to get the ball down on that low block. That's the first time they were able to.
Cooper coming up with the basket. Cuts the lead down to 8 to 4, and another 3 hit there by Karina Agarwal, the sophomore. 6 points for her, and a timeout is called with 3:07 to go in the first quarter as Olentangy jumps out to a 7-point lead.
Yeah, and I think you're going to want to close out on Agarwal. She is dialed in, and she can knock down threes.
You saw her on the open on the wing, and we'll take a look at it.
Why? That's just too open. I mean, she's behind the college three-point line, but you have to close out on a shooter. Know your shooters. She's clearly one of their shooters.
And nobody was even close to her on the defensive side. And we've seen that in teams this weekend where if you don't get to that outside and you don't close out the shooter, they're going to sit there all day. And if they're on fire, watch out.
And I would guarantee you that Bob Podges has just told his Lady Bulldogs, when 5 has the ball, close out on her aggressively.
Foul in the backcourt near half court. It'll go against the Olentangy Braves.
So Olentangy has 11 points. 3 threes are 9 of those 11. That'll win you a lot of games.
Yes, it will. Checking in is Cadence Dodds. Checking out is Malia Cruz. And when you look at Olentangy, you always have to remember there is a number of Olentangy schools in the Powell era. There's Olentangy, there's Olentangy Orange, Liberty, and Berlin.
Yes, Berlin, the newest of them. Olentangy, the oldest.
Right.
But it's a growing area. That if high schools keep popping up means the area is growing.
Yes. And Olentangy Liberty winning the football state championship in Division I.
Impressive performance. Had to beat St. Ed's and Moeller back-to-back.
There's a long three. That one is way short on the shot there by Sierra Young. And I think that one was just a little bit too far out of her comfort zone.
Well, she wasn't. If you're going to take that shot, you got to be stepping into it. And I think Bob Podges kind of told her the same thing. She was kind of falling away and didn't shoot it with conviction and had decided late that she was going to shoot that, I believe.
Uh-oh, here's another three.
And they didn't close out on her again. It rims out.
Boy, that one would have gone in if it wouldn't have done a dipsy-do around the rim.
Again, look, nobody is in the screen. Now, there was a little bit of a roll behind a pick.
But imagine if she takes that step, that 2 feet in to the high school line.
Oh, yeah. That time, a good job of aggressively defending the three-point arc by Titchell.
So now it'll be Stow with a basketball. 2:09 remaining in the opening quarter. Just a great weekend of basketball here in Canton for the holidays. A lot of teams getting into some holiday classics, not out of town, but here locally in Northeast Ohio. As there you see the big rip of the rebound. Good outlet pass. And that one is hit by Kate Mosier for her second point of the game. And just like that, it's a 13-4 lead for Olentangy.
There's the double team. Came from behind. Tried to trap it. They passed out of it.
Ticknell now works it back out over to Young, the 5'8 senior. When you look at these young ladies from Olentangy and the determination on the face when they get on their man. 1:23 remaining in the opening quarter. 9 on the shot clock. Dodds couldn't get it too hard that time. Here comes Olentangy on a run. Alexander off the glass and in.
Nice job of just attacking the basket in transition.
15-4. Just about a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Olentangy really in control in this game, and they've hit a number of threes, and now a costly turnover by Stow, and that gives Olentangy the ball with 56 seconds remaining.
Just a nice job of switching sides, switching hands. Defender didn't know where she was going, and she created some space to the basket all by herself. Nice job by Ava Alexander.
Olentangy 8-2 this year. Out of the Ohio Capital Conference where they are undefeated. Step back three, off the mark. Dodds comes up with the rebound. Down to 40 seconds remaining. 6-second difference on the shot clock and the game clock. Can Stow end the quarter with some points? Looking in, good play there defensively being made by Shayla Rankin, the senior.
Yeah, they're trying to get the ball in the low block, and Rankin did a nice job coming around the post player to defend and deny the ball. And quite frankly, didn't foul her. It was really good defense.
Stow with 20 seconds left on the shot clock, 26 on the game clock. Good pressure defense and a turnover. Olentangy, as the clock goes off, on the drive and the foul as Rankin went to the hoop. could have been called for a possible walk, but they let it play through. But the foul will go on Stow.
Just again, they create the turnover, and the mindset is get out and run until somebody stops us. And nobody stopped them until they got to the rim.
At the free throw line is Rankin, looking for her first points. Missing that, averaging 8.7 points a game. Sydney Lint checking in. Changed her number from 32 to 25. And the second free throw is up and good by Rankin. 16-4 as Rankin picks up her first point of the game. We're down to 15 seconds in the opening quarter here in Canton. There's that pressure by Olentangy. Stow breaks the press. Clock down to 9. They work it outside to 5. Driving in with 3, missing on that one. And that is going to be the end of the first quarter of play as Olentangy will go into the break with a 16-4 lead here at the Shot Clock Shootout here in Canton on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network.
School Shot Clock Shootout on Rock Entertainment Sports Network is brought to you by True North Convenience Stores. Fast, friendly, clean. Download the True Rewards app today and start saving. And by Spire Academy. Spire Academy is an international high school and postgraduate sports performance training and education boarding school. Visit spireacademy.com for more information.
As we get ready for second quarter action, Adam Mendoza, Dave Bacon, along with you here on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network. That one on a block right in front of us by Agarwal.
That almost came to us. A little closer to the action than we need.
Got to save the equipment. Isn't that the first thing that they teach you? Save the equipment.
Aggressive double team and trap, and Braves are keeping up the intensity.
Well, they did that in the first quarter, and they're continuing it here to start the second quarter, and they cause a turnover. You saw the trap up at half court, the pressure down low on the baseline. They get the basketball back, up 16-4.
They have not been able to get the ball into the post, which is what they want to do to set up their offense. They want to go inside out. They haven't been able to go inside.
Olentangy now facing man-to-man defense. On the left side, Stafford driving, kicking it out, nobody there as it goes out of play. Whitney Stafford, last year, first team All-Ohio. Defense again, coming out with the big pressure, forcing the offense of Stow to start far away from the basket.
And well into the 35-second shot clock.
Down to 16 on the shot clock. On the drive, good basket there by Alana Young.
Tough shot, too. She didn't have a great angle, but made it work.
Lead is at 10, 16-6. And for Stow to be successful here in this second quarter, they're going to have to drive the basket some more. Olentangy moving it with a basketball. Rankin walks with the basketball, so they get a stop. Can they capitalize and put some points on the board?
Well, they're going to, here's a good look at it, just attacking through a double team and able to get inside for the first time.
That one knocked out, bounce, and boy, we've got to be very careful here on press row.
It's bouncing all over the place.
Dave, we've been here for 14 games, and I don't think we've seen more. I mean, we've had the most basketballs hitting the table here on press row in this game as compared to the whole weekend.
And the passes are not crisp by the Bulldogs out of this. This double team and this trap has really caused problems. And Olentangy's taking it off and putting it on.
Stafford getting it to her teammate. That three-point shot does not go, but an offensive rebound for Olentangy as they get it to Agarwal again. They'll work it to the right sideline. They're looking for that three. And we've got a foul down on the floor. Actually, out of bounds. It'll be a turnover for Stow getting the basketball back.
Good defense on the baseline. Took away where she wanted to go, and the only place she could do is step on the baseline, turn the ball over.
What a great atmosphere here in Canton at the Memorial Fieldhouse. Big thanks to the folks, just everybody friendly throughout this whole weekend affair.
Yeah, it is a great venue.
On the drive, kick out, Dodds working it inside the paint. There was the double team, couldn't get it to go. There was that pressure by Kolath, the senior at 5'10" of Olentangy. Now Stafford on the left-handed dribble drive. Jump ball situation, it'll stay with Olentangy.
Olentangy's playing fast, and it looks like they're trying to play just a notch too fast. A good job just reaching her hand in there and ripping it away.
And that's the stops that Stow is going to have to get when they put the pressure on the basketball. Olentangy, not much length, but you can tell the fundamentals are there in this squad. Basket's gonna fall short, and the Braves will go to the free throw line after the foul by Stow.
Nice job. She kind of creates the contact, knows she's going to get to the line, and unable to finish with the shot as she was in the air.
Cadence Dodds with her second foul as the free throw is hit by Whitney Stafford. 3 points for her, all coming at the free throw line.
Getting to the free throw line because she's attacking the basket.
4 for 4. 2 in the first quarter, 2 in the second quarter. 5:30 remaining here before halftime. Stow, Dodds with the basketball. Had some room, but then the defense just collapsed as they work it on the low block. Pressuring defense. But a big three is hit by Kennedy Dodds.
They finally got the ball on the low block and were able to pass out of it to an open. That's really the first open look that they've had from behind the arc.
18-8 our score, down to 10-point lead. Patience and a walk, another turnover.
Just a good look, and there's the double team, and there's no one near her. And they said her foot was on the line, so it is actually a 2.
So as Stow with the basketball, there's that trap up at the half court, and they almost didn't get any help that time.
They want to go back down on the low block, and they got to find option B because they are taking that away effectively.
Anything up at the top of the key doesn't go. That time that shot was partially blocked. It'll remain with Stow.
And here again is just a nice look at the defense. Really good defense is getting a hand on that.
Been really impressed by this Olentangy squad. Dodds in the paint, kicking it back out. Got it back after it was blocked. Good presence there. Now they'll set it up, but they only have 5 on the shot clock. It's down to 3, down to 2. Got to throw it up, and there's their second shot clock violation in this ball game for Stow.
And again, Coach Podges obviously a little frustrated that you didn't understand where you were relative to the shot clock. 2 possessions now in this first half.
Big 3 from the corner is hit that time by Sydney Lint, or make that Allie Thomas. 3 for her, and a turnover again. 21-8. Olentangy just coming down quickly. They like to get that ball into the corner to work that outside 3. They'll set it up again. Really using the clock at their advantage. They don't hurry. No. They try to work it down and look for that good shot, like that drive right there.
Just a good job of attacking the interior of that defense. And they continue to build on this lead.
Riley Thrapp, the freshman, with a basket. 5 for her. A timeout will be called as we'll take a look at the drive. Good, strong move to the basket.
Yeah, powered through 2 defenders, able to get the bucket.
So we've seen the differences where Olentangy is okay. They'll work the ball around, work it inside. As you look at the Stow Bulldogs boys team, they'll be coming up in our last game here at the shot clock shootout. That'll be a a fun one. They'll take on Lakewood. But you look at the differences of where the offenses are starting.
Yeah, and Stow has to do something to try to disrupt the offensive flow of Olentangy. They're in rhythm. They are running when they want to. When they're stopped, they're able to set up their half court and hit some threes. Stow hasn't been able to get into their rhythm offensively at all in this first half.
So right now, Olentangy with a big lead at 23-8. How tough is their season in the OCC? They've had 4 games decided under 10 points where they're 3-1 in those games. So they know what it's like to be in a tight matchup. They've held 3 teams this year under 30 points. As we have a foul underneath. And this is a team that can put up points. They put up 82 against Olentangy Berlin.
Yeah, again, I'm waiting to see what Stow's adjustment is. They want to continue to try to get the ball into that low block, and they haven't had they've had very little success.
And Dodds has been the player that they've been trying to get that basketball in.
Now, she will pass out of there as well and is an effective passer, but
Cadence Dodds, the 5'10 senior, losing the basketball. Boy, when you look at the driveway basketball games there between the Dodds, that's got to be an intense matchup. Good pass underneath. But the defense right there shutting it down. Dodds comes in, again, short, fighting for the basketball, and it will stay with Stow on the alternating possession.
And again, you saw they got the ball inside and they immediately passed it back out. So their offense wants to work inside out. If the shot is there, take it. If you get double teamed, that means somebody is open. Spot them.
Good defensive pressure being made by Shayla Rankin, and the ball will stay with Stow. Look at the pressure on the inbounds.
Yeah, just a great job kind of turning, spotting the ball and deflecting, almost like a defensive back there.
You stole my thunder there, Dave.
She just did a good job of spotting where the pass was.
Stow with the basketball down 23-8, needing a bucket right now. And they couldn't get it as that one bounced in and just came right out of the cylinder.
It was a really good look, and Cooper couldn't knock it down.
That time Stafford missing from 3. Young, the freshman, driving the lane. Partially blocked. Good defense there by Ava Alexander, another freshman.
Yeah, that was great defense. She kind of shuffles her feet, little contact, able to reach over, and that's a good no call.
When you look at the girls' game, if you're seeing freshmen getting playing time on the varsity, those are special players.
Foul whistled against Olentangy. A little too aggressive on that defensive play.
2:24 remaining in the opening quarter. Olentangy up 23-8. It was 16-4 at the end of 1, so Stow has only been able to muster 4 points here in the second quarter. Good defense again. They are just relentless, the Lady Braves.
Yeah, they're switching it up too. There are possessions where they will let them get across half court and then figure out where they want to trap. They're putting pressure points at different spots on the court. And Stow hasn't done a great job of recognizing possession to possession where those pressure points are.
Stow now once again with the basketball, trying to find some type of offense. There's the drive and there's the basket. Those are huge points by Ticknell, the sophomore. 23-10, Olentangy with the lead. 2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Stow's getting stops on the defensive end. They're just not knocking down shots right now.
Good little move there. Trying to get that one, but they're going to call the foul on Stow's Maya Cooper, the 5'10 junior.
There's a good look at the drive and the bucket by Adriana Ticknell.
So at the free throw line is number 22, Shayla Rankin. Hits the free throw. Rankin 2 of 3 at the line today, 2 points on the day. Last year averaging just under 4 points a game. 24-10 with a 14-point lead. Sight shoots, and nothing but net that time. 3 points for her, all coming from the free throw line as she's 3 of 4 on the day. Full court pressure.
Yep, trying to trap them. And you have
pressure worked.
Yeah, you have to keep the ball out of the corners and away from the sideline. That's where the trapping areas are. So stay more towards the middle of the court. And right there, you see they went to the sideline, they trapped it. Here, there's a trap coming right there. And she tried to go down to the baseline and was just a little rushed.
Stafford stops and tries to get it from the free throw line, but misses. Stow will get the rebound. Again, another possession for Stow that they must get points on the board, and it's intercepted. Good play there by Alexander for the layup.
The other thing you can't try to do when you're being trapped is throw cross court, because there is a defender who is reading that pass.
Again, they almost get the trap. Here's a three from the outside, short of the mark on the shot by Ticknell. As the Lady Braves, Agarwal open from three.
Another three ball knocked down.
9 points for her, all coming from long distance. Now an open three for Stow. That one off the side of the rim. Down to 45 seconds in the first half of action. Here come the Lady Braves. There's another three. That one's off the side of the iron. Stafford had a really good look. And again, nobody closing out.
No. And Olentangy's not only, they're controlling the tempo, and there's a traveling violation. Their pressure's causing all kinds of problems. They're playing well in transition, getting easy looks. And you see that just, you can't throw the ball cross court. There's three players who are reading the passing lanes.
And played that like a defensive back for the interception.
She saw where the pass was going and was able to break on it.
28 seconds remaining in the opening half, 30-10. It's a 20-point lead for the Lady Braves of Olentangy out of the Ohio Capital Conference. They're going to work the last shot. Stafford with a basketball. Stafford on the day, 4 points, all coming at the free throw line. Trying to make her move with 8 seconds. Getting the pass to Agarwal. She'll throw it up from long distance, and she dials and connects. Agarwal with 12 first half points, all coming from the three-point line. We are at halftime as Olentangy leads at 33-10 on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network.
The High School Shot Clock Shootout on Rock Entertainment Sports Network is brought to you by True North Convenience Stores. Fast, friendly, clean. Download the True Rewards app today and start saving. And by Spire Academy. Spire Academy is an international high school and postgraduate sports performance training and education boarding school. Visit spireacademy.com for more information.
33-10 here at the half. Coming up, we'll have first half highlights right here on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network. Olentangy with the lead here at the half. Adam Mendoza along with Dave Bacon. 1 half, Dave, in the books.
Yeah, without question. And it was dominated by the defense of Olentangy. They switched up their defenses. They created different pressure points. They created turnovers. They got out. And they were able to play in the half court when they needed to as well.
And when they get into the half court, it's been a three-point barrage.
And it's by multiple players. They're not relying on just one girl to knock down threes. All of their players are knocking down threes, and they're open.
And you talked about the trying to track down those shots. There's not a Stow player close when they take those three-point shots.
Yeah, I mean, take a look. We're looking at this, and there is not one that is contested. It's because they're moving the ball, they're passing the ball, and they're readjusting around the three-point arc to where there is no defender.
Agarwal with 12 points in the game, a lot of them coming from three-point range, and she gets the ball and throws it up again. Boom.
Yeah, so the pass a little off mark. She goes, gets it, and sets her feet and knocks down a three.
It is halftime. We'll have more coming up in just a moment on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network. Well, those are some of the games earlier today in the shot clock shootout, as Moon Area was a big winner over Streetsboro. You got to see St. Ignatius come up with a big win over McKinley. And then Gilmore had to hold off Richmond Heights in our game previous to this. Here we're at the half, but we've got one more game coming up at 7 o'clock. Lakewood and Stow right here on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network to cap off 3 days of great basketball. 3 days, 15 games.
Yeah, and looking at what Stow needs to do to get back in, it's pretty simple. It's got to start with stops. We showed you at halftime, wide open looks at threes. They've made 6 of them. So stop by taking that away, and you got to get the offense rolling. They are taking away the low post.
Yeah,
there needs to be a plan B.
Yeah, and defensively, plan A is to get out on the shooter. Let's see what happens as we start the third quarter of play with Olentangy up by 23. Now they work it inside the paint. Little jumper right there, and Rankin comes in with her 5th point of the game.
They're impressive. They can run out in transition, and they can operate in the half court.
And we saw a little bit different. That's really one of the few times that they work the ball inside the paint on a set piece.
Good-looking team.
Stow trying to work it inside the lane. That one too hard. Another big rebound there. Rankin, the senior, driving, throwing it up off the window and in.
There's the transition again.
She used the box to perfection.
Yep, 12 points now for Rankin. Or 10 points, rather, for Rankin.
37-10 as Olentangy coming out hot to start the third quarter. But that pressure by Olentangy has been difference A. Difference B has been the three-point shot.
Nice move underneath.
There's a good floater as it's hit by Cadence Dodds, her first points of the game. 35-12 our score. And just like that, they go in. Ball kicked out of play, and they're going to say it's last touch by Stow.
Here's a look, just nice little turnaround jumper. Felt where the defender was, and this time there's no defender, so she's going to turn the corner and get her shoulder square to the basket, get the bucket.
Olentangy with the lead. They work it inside again, going underneath. That one, rebound, put back, no. Stow coming up with it.
Great awareness to crash the boards by Alexander, though.
Stow trying to get the ball in transition on that right side. Thought about the three, but thought better of it.
And you can see, again, still being, and there's the turnover, that low post is still being aggressively denied by Olentangy.
Ticknell thought about the three on the wing, and you're absolutely right. First couple possessions for Stow, they tried to get it inside the paint, but Olentangy, that collapsing defense, almost suffocating.
Yeah, and it's a great way to defend a team that wants to play inside out.
And we have a walk on Stafford on that initial step, and the ball turned over. One of the few times that Olentangy has turned the ball over. As you look at Clark Ransom, first-year coach.
They're onto something here with the Braves.
Comes from Marysville, had 3 Coach of the Year honors while at Marysville. District and regional appearances while at Marysville. Now trying to do that with Olentangy. Good step move and a foul against the Braves, and that'll send Cadence Dodds to the free throw line.
And here is the look. Everything is contested. She's got to go up. She's got to go under. She tries to go around, and she gets fouled. Nothing is coming easy for Stow's offense, and you counter that with the way Olentangy is getting out and running, and that's why you have the big difference in the score.
Stafford getting called for her second foul. Dodds comes in to make the free throw, looking to make it 2, and does. 37-14. There you see Coach Bob Podges.
And that's his demeanor. He doesn't yell, doesn't scream. He will talk to his girls when they get to the bench, and he's been like that for as long as he's been at Stow.
On the putback, the basket is connected by Merrill Koleth for her first 2. That's why he's been at Stow for 25 years.
Yeah.
you know, to have that kind of, we talked about it, continuity for all those years, and to be successful as that ball goes out of play, they're looking for their 9th consecutive Suburban League championship.
Good look at this as rebound comes off, and it is grabbed and put back by the Braves, and it's the smallest player on the court that gets the board because they're being aggressive.
We see the offense. It goes through Stafford. Now they work it off to Rankin, back around. Good ball movement. Little turnover.
Mishandled there.
Ticknell driving the lane. Yes. Big points there. That is her 4th point of the day.
Some of the first points in transition for Stow all game, and we're already midway through the 3rd.
Stafford going to the line, got fouled.
Here's the loss, and then Tichnell, look at this. Lowers, creates the contact, and able to finish.
At the free throw line is Stafford. 4 points, all coming from the free throw line. Make it 5.
And you mentioned she's kind of the holdover from a year ago when they were pretty good. Not trying to force things, though. She's facilitated a lot of the offense.
They did lose a big key player last year who transferred out. They were 24-2 last year, 10-0 in the Ohio Capital Conference as she hits that free throw. 6 points all coming from the free throw line. They lost to Bishop Watterson in the Sweet 16. This is a program that is a perennial district regional participant on the girls' side. And they will be in Division I this year. Good drive. Couldn't get it to fall that time for Ticknell. Now, there comes the quick transition basket by Ava Alexander. 6 for her.
Just out and running. And they're getting some easy points in transition.
Almost another turnover there as they anticipated that pass on the far sideline.
Well, every pass is contested and anticipated. And a good look right here. Just taking it in as Alexander got ahead of the defender, scoops it in.
When you look at the young ladies and the way basketball is being played now, not only on the high school level, but on the AAU level, just lots of basketball played year-round as the shot, they're going to call a charge on Cadence Dodds.
Lowered her shoulder and created the contact, and if she was a little more upright, she probably gets away with it, but take a look. If you go down, you see in their arm and the elbow, and there are ways to do that and not get it called. That isn't one of them.
Right, absolutely. Stafford going in as they work the inside-out game. Look at the drive right there. Couldn't get it to fall.
Good job of closing out defensively by
Sydney Lint.
Sydney Lint, for the Bulldogs.
Tie up. It'll remain with Stow. Stow, after this game, will have a tough stretch in the Suburban League. They've got Hudson and Solon in the next couple of games. Then they'll round out the season with non-conference games with Ellett, Massillon, and Magnificat. And we saw Ellett this weekend.
They got a heck of a point guard, the Ellett Orangemen do.
Trying to drive, kicking it out.
Oh, good block.
Couldn't get it that time as Young was really knocked off on that play.
That was Mosier with the block. It was all ball, too. Great defense.
Stafford trying to go from long distance. Can't get that one to fall through.
This defense has been relentless. And, you mentioned the meat grinder of the Suburban League. This will prepare you for it. Just great block. I mean, that is all ball. Got up and got on top of the ball.
Well, when you look at Ellett, we saw their magnificent point guard. And there's a steal by Stafford. Yeah. Coast to coast.
Again, playing the passing lane. You cannot be lazy with the basketball because the Braves are looking to take it away.
And when you look at the schedule that Coach Poges is trying to get, when you put in a Magnificat, you want to play, that's tournament-style basketball.
Oh, yeah. You're playing tournament basketball right here, too.
Nice pass underneath. Dodds, nope, but fouled.
This will tell you what you need to work on. And take a look. This is just a good, strong take inside. They play in the passing lane and taking it right back the other way. They've scored a number of easy baskets in transition, and that's how they've opened up this big lead.
Kennedy Dodds at the free throw line. 3 for 3 for her, 6 points on the day. You talk about that Suburban League, some really good basketball. Not to take anything away from the Ohio Capital Conference.
Well, we're seeing how they play tonight.
Dodds with 4 from the line, 7 on the night. 45-18 with 2:15 to go in the third quarter. And the attack again by Olentangy to the basket. And the putback is hit by Kate Mosier.
Good job of crashing the offensive boards. So now what's happening is the defense is collapsing on the ball, and it's opening up the backside for the rebounds on the offensive side of things. And that's what happens. They get you both ways. You can try to aggressively stop ball, and then you're opening up second shot points like this. As Mosier gets her own rebound and puts it in.
They are relentless around the basket.
Yep. And they're relentless on defense as well.
Good pass. Oh, couldn't finish it that time by Cadence Dodds. Braves running it down the floor again, Mosier. Agarwal has tried to take her game inside. That one was missed. Offensive rebound missing on the putback was Koloff. I'll call the offensive charge. It'll go back to Stow. We saw the threes by Agarwal in the first half, and now she's trying to work a little more attacking on the offensive side.
You've seen she can pass, too. That was a great job of spotting not the primary person, but there was a lane behind. There was wide open look at a three. Just didn't knock it down.
Both of these teams with a number of talented players.
There, they get it into the post easily for the first time in the game.
And a big three is hit by Adriana Ticknell with 7.
And that's how they want to play. When you get the ball into that post, the defense will creep in and it'll open up open threes. If the defense doesn't creep in, you'll turn around and hit the shot.
Just like that, Agarwal with another 3, 15 for her. You diagrammed that play perfectly for Olentangy.
Yeah, it is how you play inside out, and they've got a number of girls that will knock down the open threes. We're seeing all of them.
Good pass on the inside, giving up the shot, but there's another 3 that is missed. Rebound underneath. No foul called on 2 shot attempts as the referees let them play with 35 seconds in the third quarter. Agarwal, that brought rain.
And again, rebound. They waited for Agarwal to spot up where she can knock it down from, and she hits another 3.
18 points for Agarwal, a number of them from three-point range. Stow will go long distance, can't get that one to fall as Ticknell missing that. Agarwal will get the basketball and slow it up with 8 seconds and leads it off. Another 3 off the front of the iron. Loose. Third quarter comes to an end. Another barrage of 3-pointers in the third quarter as Olentangy leads at 53-21. We'll take this time out on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network. As we get ready for the fourth quarter of action here at the Memorial Fieldhouse, it has been a barrage of 3-point shots by the Lady Braves of Olentangy.
Yeah, and chief among them is Karina Agarwal, and she just keeps knocking them down. And just an aggressive, feisty player that you love to see. And you're taking a look at a number of threes, and what do they all have in common? Nobody is closing out on her.
And she's hitting them from the college three-point line.
Just a nice job of readjusting to open space, getting the ball, getting her feet set, and releasing. And she's sitting down right now, getting a breather, well-earned.
A good game, and really, we've talked about it, very impressed by this Olentangy squad. They came into this game with an 8-2 mark.
And you mentioned had a lot of new pieces. They're fitting together pretty well.
Well, Coach Clark Ransom has done a really good job in his first year at Olentangy with a little bit of uncertainty. You had a player leave, but you had really a leader coming back.
There's another
Curtly.
three. They just come in off the bench and knock down college length threes.
There isn't a three-point shot that they don't like, and there's a nice basket there by Young, her first points of the game. Seven minutes remaining in this game. Olentangy really in control, and we've seen the outside shooting by the Lady Braves.
Yeah, and there's another one.
Again, it's another person, Peyton Kohlberg. Everybody is getting in the books from the three-point line.
They're doing a nice job of setting their feet, catching, and being ready to shoot.
That drive doesn't go, picked up by Olentangy. If you do not get out on their shooters at the three-point line, they'll really hurt you. And we've seen it today.
That's what we're seeing, yeah. There's another one.
Oh, my!
They just keep knocking down threes.
Mia Curtly with 6 points.
That was another college, behind the college arc. So the gray arc is the college arc. The black arc is the high school arc that you're looking at that overhead shot. There's a long three.
That one was almost from the NBA three,
right.
yeah.
You got to back it up about 3 feet.
Little reverse. Oh, nice block on the backside, help there by Cruz.
Good hustle.
Stow coming back down as we're under 6 minutes in this game. Nice drive, lost the handle of the basketball. Turnover. Big shot. That one rolls off the front of the rim by Young. Let's look for Curtly. She's on the right side all alone, but they throw up another three. Kolath with 5.
The last couple of threes have not hit the rim. They're finding old net.
I wonder what practices look like if coach says, okay, can we shoot inside the three-point arc?
I think they're probably fast-paced if I'm seeing what I'm seeing. They're up and down and they're shooting.
Kolath again, 7 points for her as we're at a 67-23 lead. And there's not much more you can say about Olentangy and their outside shooting ability. And the relentless defense.
Yeah. You can't try to get inside dribbling because there's hands and defenders waiting.
Good steal there by Cruz. Now
ripped
Stow.
it away, yep.
Yeah, good defense. Little set shot right there, bouncing off the rim. Dodds, rebound, basket. 9 points for her as Stow picks up their 25th point of the game. And this will be, as we said, this is going to be a good test for them as they get ready for Suburban League action.
Well, they'll be back in the gym, and they know a lot of what they need to work on.
And you know Coach Poges will.
Yes, he will.
He will talk to his ladies and say, okay, this is what we did wrong, here's what we did right, and correct those mistakes. Boy, what a big drive, and missing on the shot was Thomas.
Oh, they are really letting them play underneath the basket.
Absolutely. We've seen that a lot this weekend.
All weekend, without question.
So wholesale substitutions coming in for the Lady Bulldogs of Stow with 3:55 remaining, and with the difference in score, we're in a running clock.
That's the reason you see the clock going.
I think this is only the second
Second
game.
one,
The
yep.
second game that went into a running clock, and I think it's the second one of the day. Again, the tough defense. Kate Mosier coming back in. You see the substitutions, and Meryl Kolath with a couple of three. I mean, they've just been throwing up threes all over the place. Good drive, and you see the cut taking the lane away on that baseline.
Weak side help. You put your head down. There's a defender there that wants to take the basketball. Whistled for a foul, but they call it jump ball. They understand when to bring the pressure from the backside as a double team. Well coached.
The young freshman, Danis, sending that one in. Young. Good drive. Can't get that one. I mean, they've had some good looks at the basket, just not able to finish. That one missed by Olentangy.
But the thing that they've had to do to get those good looks, they've had to work through double teams and traps to get a look. And can't say enough about the job Clark Granson has done with this team. They're well coached.
Yes.
That's abundantly clear.
And with us being on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network, we know folks in the greater Cleveland area are able to watch. We know the folks in Columbus are able to watch, as well as Cincinnati. So teams are going to know, hey, they're watching this and they're going, this is a team to look out for come playoff time. Under 2 minutes to go here. We are in game 14 of 15, as the nightcap will be the Stow Boys Bulldogs against the Lakewood Rangers, and we may see another three-point barrage in that game.
Trying to get into that post, and they can't do it. It's been a struggle getting the ball down low for the Bulldogs all game long.
You look at the teams that play in the Suburban League. Oh, what a big block there on the pick. Wow.
They just keep crashing the boards.
And here comes Stow on the run. Young lost the handle of the basketball.
Great defense by Agarwal. Got back, got to a spot, moved her feet, and did not get called for the foul.
You see the intensity on her face. She has not broken a smile at all. She's like, okay, get me the basketball. I'm going to hit the three. And just looking at her in the corner, she's like, okay. The intensity on her face. 49 seconds remaining in the game. Agarwal on the outside. Another long three off the rim.
Foul will be whistled.
And unless we get this play back quickly, we may get one more shot at it. It is a running clock here, as Olentangy with the lead. Stow trying to get that last drive. We're down to 10 seconds. Looking for the shot. That one's partially blocked. And that is going to be the ball game, as Olentangy comes up with an impressive 67-25 win. As you look at Agarwal, 15 points in the game for her, all coming from three-point range. We'll take this time out as Olentangy comes up with the big win over Stow on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network.